Okay, now I've got to admit, I really agonised over what I was going to pick when I found out we were doing a cast and crew personal favourites for this episode. I mean, was I going to do Powers? Was I going to do Hellblazer? Was I going to do Cowboy Ninja Viking? They're all up there, but in the end, it had to be 100 Bullets.
Yeah.
You know, Brian Azzarello and Eduardo Risso's multi-award winning series. It's always going to be in my top 5.
Absolutely.
Always.
But then I told him that he couldn't review the entire series. He had to choose one story arc.
And my agony began again. So in the end, I decided to go with Wylie Runs the Voodoo Down, which collects from issue 51 to 58, and was actually the first story arc of 100 Bullets that I read.
In the middle there.
Started in the middle, then jumped back to the start. And it focuses on my favourite character from 100 Bullets, Wylie Times.
That's right. Now, 100 Bullets is a massive story arc, and it starts with a really interesting hook.
Yeah.
So picture this. A man appears to you with a briefcase. In that briefcase is proof that someone has ruined your life. Along with that evidence, we have a gun and 100 rounds of ammunition. If any of that ammunition shows up in a murder investigation, that investigation will be dropped. You have carte blanche to murder anyone. What do you do?
Now, 100 Bullets spends almost as much time on moral conundrums like that as it does on, people getting their heads shot off.
It's true.
But Agent Graves, the man with the briefcase, is really just the tip of the iceberg. Now, in this story, we come in with Wylie having received his briefcase from Graves, and he's on his way, actually he's gone to New Orleans in order to find out the secrets of his past.
Okay, but before you start running off with this story, why don't you tell our lovely viewers why 100 Bullets is your favourite?
Okay, well, look, I do love that it's such a massive, branching, intricate story that's told within these contained storylines. There's so much going on in every episode. There are even these mini-stories told within the stories. I mean, there's things going on in the background that actually tell whole little storylines out while things are going on in the foreground. Risso can do in one panel what would take another artist a whole comic.
Yeah, the artwork in 100 Bullets is pretty spectacular.
Yeah.
Risso's work in this, he's just done this wonderful job of creating a dark, kind of multi-level New Orleans that really kind of gets into your soul a little bit, and his character work is superb.
Yeah, but it's interesting. He jumps back and forward between realistic character models and actually some guys that look more like maybe Picasso could have drawn.
Well, exactly. I mean, you just take Wylie and Gabe.
Yeah.
Wylie is a very naturalistic looking character. He just looks like a regular kind of dude, whereas Gabe looks like he's almost mutated.
Yeah, it's true.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, but what about the story? Okay, I mean, we've talked about the art. What did you think of the story? This is pretty violent stuff. I wasn't sure how you'd react to that.
It is pretty violent, but I never feel like the story's dwelling on it or wallowing in this kind of gory violence. It's all there for a reason. I mean, there is that one part.
Yeah. I know the bit you're talking about. We will say it features a bear trap.
Yeah.
The thing is, though, it's not the actual violence of that moment that shocked me the most.
No.
It was the implications of it, and people who've read it will know what I'm talking about. Azzarello he does tell this compelling story that you really care about these characters.
You do.
Gets his hooks in.
But that's the thing, and that is the beauty of Azzarello's writing. He always does that kind of thing. I mean, with 100 Bullets, you kind of get this wonderful view into Wylie and his connection with the Trust, the shadowy group of bad people, really. And also, you get a look into the circumstances that have landed Wylie in New Orleans. But then once his story's finished, you can still see how that connects to this much larger story that kind of spans the entire of 100 Bullets.
Yeah, and it rolls on from there, and that really is the genius of 100 Bullets in a nutshell. It's such a massive conspiracy, but you don't feel like the plot is being withheld.
No.
You just see that there's this storyline that's part of this grander scheme.
Yeah, now I kind of feel like we've only just barely scratched the surface of the plot of 100 Bullets, but it's so huge.
It is massive, but the other thing about it that I also love is that they knew when to finish.
Yes.
It went for exactly 100 issues, and then it stopped.
Absolutely. I love when that happens. So obviously, Al, you're giving this one a buy?
Yeah, obviously this is a buy from me. If you like anything in this area of crime fiction, do not go past this one. This is a brilliant book, and it will always be one of my personal favourites.
Yeah, I will say it's actually a buy from me as well. Like I said, it's not usually my kind of thing, but I really love the characterization. The artwork is pretty phenomenal, and the story is really gripping. 100 Bullets, it deserves every award that it's been awarded.
Yep.
Check this one out.
Do it.